to the Dream Team YouTube channel. Today we're going to show you how to solve problem number 2, which consists of how many people and the number of visits they made to a medical attention center in a 1-year period. This is a frequency table. A frequency table consists of the number of visits, the number of patients, the cumulative absolute frequency, the relative frequency, and the cumulative relative frequency. Also, the number of patients is the absolute frequency. The way that you get the cumulative absolute frequency is you just sum them up. So you go 14 and then 14 plus 21. You go, that's 35. 35 plus 8, 43. 43 plus 15, that's 58, and so on and so forth. Then you get the relative frequency, which you get by taking the absolute frequency and dividing it by the total of the frequency. So you take 14 and you divide it by 80, and that gives you 0.175, and then you get 21 and you divide it by 80 and you get 0.2625, and you do that with each of these values. So that gives me it's a 0. Okay, and then you come to the cumulative relative frequency, which is just the same as this one. So you just go summing them up. So you get this one plus you get this one first, and then you get this one plus this one. And then this one plus this one, and you go on like that. And you're done with your frequency table.
For the next question, we need to get the percentage of patients that made 4 or more visits for medical attention. For this, we're going to take the total value of the cumulative relative frequency, which is 1, and we're going to subtract it by the value of 3 because we wanted the 4 or more, which are the values that are from here and on. So we do this, which gives us 0.275. Now, to get that percentage, we multiply it times 100, and we get 27.5. So the answer will be 27.5%.
So, if we want to know what's the relative frequency for 0 visits, we just have to look at the graph and search for this symbol. This symbol is right here, so the relative frequency for 0 visits is 0.175.
So now we're going to make the bar graph, which is made with the absolute frequency and the class mark. The class mark is the horizontal axis and is the number of visits, and the absolute frequency is the number of patients and is the vertical axis. So you just register all the numbers, and then you just draw the bar graph. And in each graph you have to make, even though it's a pie chart or it's a frequency polygon or a octave or a bar graph, you have to put the same numbers. So in this case, in the same name, sorry. So in this case, we put medical attention patients, which is the thing we are studying. So next, we get the mean or the average, which you get it with this formula. This sign over here represents the addition or the sum. So you also need the absolute frequency and the class mark. This is a table to represent the class mark and the frequency. So you multiply all of them, which is here, and then you sum all of them, and then you divide it by the total number of their frequency, which is 80.
Well, next we get the variance, which we get it with this formula, which represents the sum of the multiplication of the frequency times the subtraction of the class mark subtracted with the mean squared, and all of that divided by the total of the data, which is 80, exactly the frequency, the absolute frequency. So what we do is we get obviously the class mark like it indicates in the formula. We subtract the mean, and we square it first, and then we multiply it by the frequency, and we get exactly these values. Again, in order is subtracting the mean from the class mark, square it, and then multiply it by the frequency of each class mark, and that gets us these values, which we then will sum them, and then we divide them by 80.
Now to get the standard deviation is the same formula but with a little difference. So you get the formula for standard deviation, no, for variance, and when you do standard deviation you will add a square root. So the answer that you get from the variance, which is 5.36, you do the square root to it and you get 2.13. This means that in average every value is as far away as 2 plus 2.13 or minus 2.13. So it's really useful when you want to measure how deviated from the central tendency the values are.
In the end, what we can interpret from this data is that most of the people went 2 times only to take medical attention visits, and even though the most of the frequency is in 21, being only 1 visit, since there are more data in the right side of the chart, it gets a little more to the right. But still, most of the data is concentrated in the left of the data.
That's right.
And thank you. Thank you for watching our channel. If you like to watch us solve any
See you later,
other
my
problems, you can click in the banner or in the description below.
Leave your comments down here.
Leave a like and a comment.
Subscribe.
And subscribe and Fortnite.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Steps.